Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, why don't you jump on, say hey, so I know you're here. I'd like to welcome everybody. Those that are new, my name's Michelle, and I am Snow Fox Designs. If you see the little red box up above me, that means you're catching me live. If you don't see it up there, then you're catching me on the replay. Say hashtag replay, please. Hey, Tina, thanks for sprinkling. Okay, so we're going to do kind of two projects today. Hi, Peggy. I'm using the autumn, I believe it's called the autumn leaves pattern. Yes, and I'm going to do etching on here. Now, I already started to do some because with the etching cream that I use, it takes 15 minutes for it to do anything. So I'm going to try to get this all laid back in here good. And I'm using some of the leaves and not all of the leaves because I just want so many of them on here. Okay, so the one that I use is the plaid, and I have it upside down. It's plaid gallery glass, and I've got it at Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure you can get it offline on Amazon, because what can't you get off Amazon anymore? Hi, Tony. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. I appreciate it. I thank you for all the happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. So all you do, it's kind of thick, so I'm just taking it and I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm just painting it over and covering it up. But while this is sitting, we are going to do another project because this, like I said, this has to sit for 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep track of the 15 minutes, but I may ask y'all to kind of keep a track of it for me too. Hi, Lori. How are you? Welcome. Good afternoon to you too. So this is another reason why I say our magnolia stencils are very versatile, because you don't just have to use ink or chalk paste with it. You can etch with them. All kinds of good things you can come up with. So again, I'm just painting this gallery glass on here, the etching cream. And you can kind of tell when you're doing it. You'll see it's kind of clearish. Well, kind of more like a white. And then when you paint over it, it kind of looks wet. I have to look because I already had some on here. Okay, I can't go too far because I don't want to. Of course, it might look okay overlapping, but I don't really want to overlap too much. Oh, good. If I could, I would show you a couple that I've done in the past. And I have used the Armor Etch, and a lot of people like it. I don't dislike it, but I do like the gallery glass better. For me, I think it gives it a little more fine, more, I don't know if it's really fine, but a better look. It is a lot thicker, I feel, than the armor etch, but you know, you use what you like. Hey, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Ken, do you have a question for us for our question for today? And you can tell them what the answer was for yesterday's question if you don't mind, sir. Ken usually comes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but he's working this week, so you get me. But I'm okay with that because I like to craft and create. Okay, I think we might have it all covered pretty good. So now it is 5:07, so I need 15 minutes. So we're going to leave this set over here out of the way. I'm going to get this out of the way. Wash my fingers off. It is. I really like that one. There's a couple of them that they had out, and I thought, oh, I need it. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Amanda. So he gave the question and the answer for yesterday. So anybody that I saw that had it right, I went ahead and put you in my little book, and that'll be the same for today. So I am going to use this napkin. I thought it was so, here, let me show you on this, put this over here. It comes one napkin, and you get 4 squares that are the same, so it's really cute. And anybody that knows me knows I love dogs. And then I thought, okay, I don't want to do just a plain white background. So I am going to use our Magnolia Sage, Vintage Sage. So I'm going to spray this down just because it helps the paint to spread a little bit easier. What did I put on? Which one, Lori? On here, on the pumpkin, I haven't done anything. On the glass, I'm using the autumn leaves, and instead of using armor etch, I used the gallery glass, which is also etching cream. And on the armor, on the gallery glass, you got to let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay. Of course, somebody always has to call me back when they know I'm on a live. Really? So I'm just going to take our little sage and start painting the top of here. I'm like, don't they know? They do know, but you know. So I get some sage on here, and then we'll put our napkin on the top. Now, I did take, if you happen to get any in my for winning Happy Mail, and you happen to get one of these, they do have 2 back layers. So if you're going to use it for decoupage, there's 2 back sheets. Who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? That's today's question. So if you know it, you can answer it now, or you can answer it on the replay. One answer to everybody. Well, for everybody, let me rephrase that. And this already dried because I put that much on there. But sprinkling a little bit of water on here helps to let your chalk paste, your paint, spread easier. I'm trying not to get it so it goes all the way on the sides because I kind of want to leave it the way it is. That's okay. Y'all can talk it through if you need to. Just your final answer. Just put it all together. All right. So we're done with the sage. We're going to dry this. Like the way I caught that? It started to take off on me. Thanks, Peggy. Oh, we might need to do another. I threw the brush away too fast. I think we might need to do another coat. You know what, y'all? Even if you can't remember first name, you use at least the last name you get correct. I'll give it to you. I feel generous. It's my birthday. It's my anniversary. So even if you say the last name, I'm going to give it to you. So as long as you get part of it right, you got it. That is one thing with raw wood. It does soak in. So sometimes you do need to do more than one coat. Uh-oh. I just knocked my napkins over. Had them sitting here so I could show you, and I just knocked them on the ground. Y'all don't let me forget to keep watch on the time so we can take the etching off. Not that it hurts one way or the other if you're a little bit over the time. Thank you, thank you. You know what? You know what's kind of funny about it all? Is my birthday and that. Ken's mom's birthday was the same as mine. His mom's birthday was the 24th also. So I said, well, there's no way you could forget it because if you remembered your mother's, you remembered mine. And then we decided we'd get married on there too. So make it all one day. So he's in big trouble if he forgets it, right? All right, let's do this again. Seems like there was a lot of people, and not a ton, but a lot of people that had October birthdays in our on our team. Yep, all in one day. Okay, that is dry. And I did get flowers today from my husband. Aren't they pretty? I like fresh flowers. They smell so good. All right, now where did I put it? Y'all, I just had it here. My my Mod Podge. There it is. Because we're going to put that on here, dry it, and then we'll put, oh my goodness, there it is. I say my napkin flew away, but it's right here. I guess that sort of counts, Jennifer. Thanks, Tony. And since even though this is going to be more centered, I prefer the Mod Podge everywhere because it kind of gives it that little shinier look. And to me, I don't want just part of it shiny and the rest not. But that's my preference. If y'all don't, if you do it and you like it where some of it is and some of it isn't, that's okay too. Because in crafting, nothing, in my opinion, is wrong. We learn from our mistakes, we learn from each other, and that's part of the fun. I think, anyway. I like going on and watching other people. I like when people are posting what they create and make. It's so cool. Okay, put that up there. We are going to dry this as I'm throwing more stuff on the floor. Thank you, Jennifer. No, I did not. Not yet. Did you, Tony? I think I saw you said you did. Yes, we appreciate everybody's positive thoughts and prayers. The more you can offer, the better. We so greatly appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm going to take our little dude, put him up here. Gonna get a brush because I like to have a little bit of what I call jagged edges. I have a bunch of little balls in here. If y'all don't have any of these little cups, they're awesome. Little bowls. Your daughter's a police officer? My brother was a sheriff for a while. 13 minutes, thank you. So by the time I get this all tore up, it should be okay to take that off. See, that's when when I figure I'm gonna do like etching, I always try to have something else so we don't just sit here and watch the time tick. Wouldn't that be fun? Just sit here and watch the clock tick away? Not. Now, because this has some detail, I don't want it to be too jagged because I want to keep as much of it as I can. And I like the leaves up there, so it's probably going to be somewhat straight. A little too much water went there. I'm going to try just to get a little bit, but not a lot, because I still want to keep most of the leaves from up top here. Because if you get one from me, you'll see it kind of looks like it's coming right off of a tree branch. Okay. What what about the printables, Tony? I have to get some rice paper before I can technically totally print them off myself, but so I think we got like a minute left, so I'm going to start moving this over here. Get my little fuzzers ready because I'm going to place it on here and then I can wipe them off later. Oh, you saw them? Yeah, it's kind of fun to do, but it said that I didn't see where it said the free version. I could only find on my phone where it said you could get it for 3 days free, and then it started charging you like six something. I should have just went with the full version, but I wanted to try it first. Yeah, I was looking and I thought, well, it only says this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take it off because it should be close enough. It did stick right there. And if it sticks to itself, just pull it gently. I don't know why it decided to, but it did. It even went around the little handle, which is weird, but that's okay. The biggest thing is if your transfer sticks together, don't panic. Just gently pull on it and straighten it out. Because I know the first time I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do when it did that to me? And the biggest thing, like I said, is don't panic. Just go with it and pull it off from each other separately. And if you still can't get it totally off, take it in and put it in like a water bath and let it sit there and pull it. Now I do have it on my hand, so try Bing. I'll have to look at Bing. Is that the one you use, Jennifer? Bing? Okay, now then I'm going to spray this up just because I don't want it sitting here. I've never had it do anything to the transfers, the etching cream, but since we're moving on here, I'm going to let that sit straight up. And then I'm just going to take my water wipes and we're going to wipe this off. I'm probably going to take another one because you'll see, as you can see it coming off on here because I want to make sure I get it all off. And you might be able to see some of it because, like I said, I did one of the other sides just so we weren't sitting here for a half hour staring at each other. Let's see, it's free. Yes, James told me about it 6 months ago. You earn points when points are out. Gotta wait. They have a paid version. If you don't mind posting a link, you can even post it on here if you want. So if anybody else wants to try it, it's fine. Let me see. I don't know. This is dirty, dirty. Trying to see if I have one that's not so dirty so I can shove it in here and you guys can kind of, it's not going to show it that way. I'll have to dry it and then hold it up and see if y'all can see it really well. Ooh, I see some dirty streaks. Probably should use alcohol. But can y'all see it on here? Don't mind the dirty streaks because I didn't get it all the way off. But can you see them on here? I don't know if you can see it because there's nothing on the... But this one came with this little insert. And you could put like a candle in here and you could decorate it up on the top if we wanted to. I'm trying to find... Let me see if I take some paper towel if you can kind of see. Let's take this back out and see if I stuff it in here, if y'all can kind of see it. Because I know it's hard to see on the glass. Can y'all see it? This jar, I found it. It was either at, I don't think it was at a Goodwill. I think it was at a yard sale or an estate sale. But see, as I'm turning, you should be able to see it as I'm turning putting the white here. Can y'all see it now? I have found that some glass takes, no matter which etching cream you use, takes it better than others, and I don't know why, but I did one on a mirror. In fact, I think it's behind me. For those that have not seen it, and I'll show you. And it came out really good on this mirror. Used the same, I don't want to blind you with the light, but used the same, the plaid etching cream, and it came out really good on here. I'll put that back up there later. Not that it isn't here, because I can see it. I just don't think y'all can see it unless, well, can y'all see it now over here? This side's still wet. And then I don't want to really put too much of anything up here because I just like the leaves. And I figure you could put a candle in and maybe, on occasion you could put something down in here. Not 100% sure what I wanted to put down here. I can't find how to pin or add. Just go to the App Store, Bing, and you should see it. Okay. Thank you. So that's what I'm just doing with that one. I just wanted to etch it. I don't want to decorate it up. Sometimes I like just a little simple, and that one I was going to keep for myself anyway. So if I want to put, maybe for fall, put some acorns in the bottom for, with a little bit of leaves, like, those might be too big, but we'll just do for a little slight example. I would probably use smaller leaves. But I could throw some leaves in the bottom here because I'm just going to use a fake candle, but you could throw some other leaves in here. You could throw some of the little pine cones in there for fall. Put a little bit of pumpkins in there. Maybe get one of those bands that you don't have to glue on here and you could just set on the top here, but do something like that. Now for this little dude, while we were talking, I should have plugged in my little handy dandy Cricut. If y'all don't have one, it is very, very nice to have because it's good for doing the Mod Podge. Some people have the little iron. Well, I guess I need my glasses. Something about turning old, you can't see. There. But this is really nice because it's so compact, and if you have to travel anywhere or you're doing a demonstration somewhere, really easy to carry. All right, what did you say? I see it. I sent what it looks like in Messenger. Okay, cool, thanks. Tina, you could also use the bag of stuff that comes with pine. Yes, like the potpourri. You could put potpourri in there. That would be awesome. And I had some here somewhere, but I think I packed it away, y'all. Let me see. You know, when you're in between seasons and then you go back, it's like, where did I put it? Yes. So there's a lot of ideas, and you don't have to use the leaves. I just like the leaves. So that's why I used it. Okay, now where's my Teflon sheet? Get this a little centered. So it's going to look, well, it just shifted. Something like this. Gonna iron that on. I call it ironing. And then we can do a little more something something. Yeah, and oh, y'all, you get the potpourri. I mean, when you're done with it, don't throw it out. If you have it sitting in a jar or something, and then you're like, okay, I'm changing out, because a lot of them come with those little pine cones and little berries and stuff, and you can use that to create with. Because I had a pack here, and that's what I was using on some of my projects. Now, you can wait until it gets green if you want, but it's pretty hot regardless, so it should stay and work fine. If you don't have a Teflon sheet, use parchment paper. I couldn't think of what you called it. And just pull this up and put that down out of the way. It is stuck. Turn this off so it'll start cooling down. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is putting a little bit, just maybe around, what do you think about around the edges here? Maybe some glitter, or we can just use some distressing ink, or yeah, I think either that or that. And I had a little bow over here. Actually, what I think I like better is these little berries. These would brighten it up a little bit, but y'all can tell me if you like it or not. I kind of do. I think adding a little like a little berry or something up here would be kind of cute instead of a bow. I'm a bow person, but not, if that makes sense. A little bit of glitter. I think a small jar at Christmas with the Christmas tree print and filled with green and red. Oh, that would be an awesome little gift, especially for like kids, because kids like that stuff. And I just dripped water on here, y'all. You didn't see that, did you? But you know, good thing it was already Mod Podge. Mod Podge. My daughter makes fun of me because I can't say it right, she said. She says she laughs at me because I say Mod Podge. Mod Podge. So I'm just going to take my brush and go around the edge. Now, do we want to do just gold, or do we want to do a little mixture of gold and silver? Y'all tell me. I know gold will go with this quite well, but I think if we do either or, the silver will add a little something something too. So I'm putting a little bit of Mod Podge on here because that's what I'm going to do with the glitter. Both. And I don't want it overly done. I just want a little on here. So it's going to, hopefully it'll kind of look something like that. But not too overdone. And we might be adding a little more on that side because I just decided not to just go on the edges, but kind of let it go where it's going to go. So it's kind of going to come out a little bit, if you know what I mean. This time we're going to add a little bit of the silver first. So, well, that one came out like a ton. So, anybody have preferences on printers? Because I know the one James was talking about, I saw it at Walmart, but does anybody have any other specific ones that you may like? I missed a spot. You like HP? That's the one James was talking about yesterday, was an HP. But I was just curious. I would like to have one that you can do sublimation and other stuff on. And I don't know if you can on that one. Haven't really looked at it. So there's that. No, it is not edible glitter, Faith. Ken did not get a nice bit of jewelry. He got that when we got married. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know if you could get one printer to do both on, or if I was going to wind up having to have two separate printers. And my first thought was, I'm going to have two separate printers, one for sublimation and one for the other stuff. Can you smoke it? No. So I was thinking about just putting a little bit of festive, like a little bit of festive color on here. What do y'all think about like that with the little pine cones and the berries? And I can add more because I have more here, or let me see, what else do I have? Because I have stuff just sitting here. I do have this little bow here, but I think it's too big for here. I had some little, I could do a little raffia. I think I got one of these opened right here. Nope, that's not the right one. This color. I could do a little raffia bow. So I have these. Let's see. Thank you, Susan. There might be ones altered that do that, Michelle, but I don't think so because it's a different. That's what I was thinking, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not that savvy, I guess you could say, with like doing sublimation and that. So I don't know that you could or couldn't use. If there's one out, maybe, I bet if you spent a ton of money, maybe. But I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe the raffia. What do y'all think? Or we could do the berries. The berries kind of give it a little pop, but this is more fall. Guess what, Tina? This little booger does not want to come undone. 10 HP printer. threw it out the window at the trash can. Have an Epson that goes to ED test has been reliable. Yes, to raffia. Okay. I'm just cutting some, not in any old, just any old amount. Just because sometimes I don't want to measure. I like to go with the flow sometimes, if that makes sense. This one I can double because it came off really long. I think we need a little more brown and maybe a little more orange. We'll use this for a tie. I don't want it to be too bowish. I just want it to be like a bunch of raffia tied together, because it's like a bunch of leaves, have it all kind of roughed up. Want a little more orange because I think it's pretty. It's not really, it's like kind of, I would call it almost like a burnt orange, wouldn't y'all? Not quite super dark, but not real light. You love the raffia? Yes, raffia is fun. Now, I don't mind a little bit of the yellow, but I don't want too much yellow in there. And then I'm folding it in half, and then I'm going to tie it. Why? Because that's the way I roll. I know I'm silly. Let me push that over there, get it out of the way. So I kind of have like a little bit of rough here, so we're just going to trim it up. And we'll trim it down so it'll meet on this side. Cut this side because it was already like bowish. And then I just kind of go in here and with no real rhyme or reason, trim the ends. And try to get it to the size that I need it. And I'm not cutting it straight. Sometimes, have you all, when you've gotten your hair cut, and sometimes they'll be at the ends, and they'll just take it and kind of go on the ends and kind of like fray it? I kind of do that sometimes too, just to kind of fray it out and make it look a little more like it comes out. Thanks, Laura. So I have my phone going off in the background, so y'all probably can hear that too. But so I think it's going to need to be a tad bit smaller, especially on this side. But I do like to do that sometimes. I'll just go in the ends and just kind of like fray it. And I don't like to cut it so it's like a straight across. I kind of like to have it so it cuts kind of like at an angle. Tomorrow I think we're going to do a little Halloween project. And maybe 2 at, like we did today, 2 instead of 1. I probably could have added a little more yellow, but I kind of like the brown and the deep orange the best. And then you can spread it out some if you like. So it could be like that. Oh, that end did not cut. How did we miss that one? Don't know. And then, let's see, we have either, I think the leaves might be too big. I'll show you. I have a leaf here, or I have some pumpkins. Tomorrow's Friday, right? What do you mean it going on early or regular time? I don't remember. I'll be honest, Kenny. I don't remember what time you get off tomorrow. He works tomorrow, and he's going in early, so I'm not sure what time he said he gets off. So my thoughts are, since we're probably not going to use the berries, save those for more Christmas projects. We have options. We can use this leaf, so it'll look like that. We could use the pumpkin, so it looks like that. And then we have these little, they're like little orange gemstones that we could put on here. I can't really hold that so y'all can see it, but kind of. I got fat fingers. So what do you think? Leaf, pumpkin. We have different leaves. I could use that leaf. I have this leaf. I have a lighter. It's kind of like a orange leaf. If we want to use that, they're kind of big. Or we can use the pumpkins or nothing at all. The pumpkin. Okay, we can use the pumpkin. I thought I had an orange pumpkin, but I don't see the orange pumpkin. Okay, we got a pumpkin and we got a gemstone. So y'all are going to have to tell me which one you like the best. Or we can try to experiment here. All right, come on, little glue stick. Being stubborn. So you know what we're going to do? Let's use our other glue. And then if we have to, we can add to it. I am going to use our thick Star Bond. Why? Because I like to live dangerously. Actually, the thick is not bad. If y'all have not used the Star Bond, the thick is much easier to work with. Go Pumpkin is much easier to work with than the thin. The thin just kind of runs all over the place. The thick is a little sturdier and it does not want to stick. That is unusual for Star Bond. It's usually real quick, sticky stuff. Might need a little help from the glue gun if it ever, there it goes. Don't drip, don't drip. I don't usually like using both of them together because sometimes it depending on what I'm using it on, I'll see like little smoke. Which I don't know if anybody else has ever had that issue, but I did. So here's